Bonjour et bienvenue sur Speak French. Avec moi, je suis Séverine, votre professeure de français. Hello and welcome to Speak French. Avec moi, I am Séverine, I am your French coach. Comment ça va tout le monde aujourd'hui? How is everybody today? All right. Great. So, if you're just starting to listen to this podcast, my podcast is dedicated to beginners and travelers to give you a lot of different hacks, tips, sentences, expressions, grammar to make the most of your trip to France. And of course, you can also learn French by listening to Speak French avec moi. Today, how to ask for something in French. Are you prepared for it? Have you ever wondered how to say, do you have? Or can I have? Or may I in French? Well, you've come to the right episode. Also, I have the transcript on the website speakfrenchavecmoi.com, and I put some practice at the end so you can practice. Also, if you've been listening, I put a few episodes ago, train your brain in French. I hope you're good that you do it. The idea is you take 5 minutes every day, you look at the environment where you are, and you force yourself to name as many things as you can in French. That will really help you memorizing and training your brain to speak in French. All right. Are you ready to speak French? I'll be right back after this short break. Alors, how to say, can I have? Well, can I have? You have different way to say it. So let's start with what I call the standard common French. For standard common French, you will start your question with est-ce que. The spelling is a little, tricky if you see it written. It's EST-C space QE, but the pronunciation of this letter is est-ce que. Est-ce que je peux avoir? You don't translate the est-ce que in English. Je peux is I can. Avoir is to have, right? That's the way we say it in French. Can I have? Est-ce que je peux avoir? Now, of course, you might want to say, may I have? May I have, which is more formal. In this case, your French will be a little different. You can say, puis-je avoir? Puis-je avoir means, can I have? In French, we say, je peux, but if you need to invert je and peux, then you say, puis-je. I know, so, puis-je avoir, may I have, or you might say, pourrais-je avoir? Pourrais-je avoir is might I have or could I have, which is also very formal. All right, so we know how to say, est-ce que je peux avoir? Can I have? Puis-je avoir? May I have? And pourrais-je avoir? May I have? Formal. Now, how do you say, do you have? And let's say that you need to be formal or you need to say you all. I mean, by you all, I mean you need to address more than one person. You remember, if you've been reading or following the podcast, but we use vous when you need to be formal, when you talk to someone you don't know, or more than one person. Do you have? Est-ce que vous avez? Est-ce que vous avez? Did you hear that Z sound? Est-ce que vous avez? Est-ce que vous avez? Do you have? Vous avez is you have when you need to be formal and you, right? Est-ce que vous avez? You can also say avez-vous? And then you ask for what you need, want. Avez-vous is inverted. It's have you. Avez-vous? Alors, what's the difference between est-ce que vous avez and avez-vous? Est-ce que vous avez is considered common standard French. Avez-vous is more formal. When are you going to use one or the other? Really, you can just stick with the common standard French, but if avez-vous is easier for you, you can use it. But most people, when they speak, they use est-ce que vous avez. Now, how to say, do you have, but you want to be informal or casual? You're talking to one person only, okay? If you need and if you want to be informal and casual. Est-ce que tu as? Est-ce que tu as? Or you can invert and say as-tu. As-tu is have you. Est-ce que tu as? As-tu? All right, so let's recap. To say do you have and you need to be formal. Est-ce que vous avez ou avez-vous? To ask, do you have, and you want to be informal or casual and you're talking to one person only, est-ce que tu as ou as-tu? Now you want to ask and you would like to say, I would like, right? I would like. How to say I would like in France? You say, je voudrais. Je voudrais, it's so hard to say, right? That dr sound that you have to hit there, right? Je voudrais. I would like, je voudrais. That's why to say, est-ce que vous avez could be a little easier, right? Rather than, je voudrais, again, it's up to you. Je voudrais. You can also say, I'm looking for, right? When you ask for something in French, you can say, I'm looking for. So, I'm looking for, je cherche. So you can say, I would like, je voudrais, or you can say, I'm looking for, je cherche. Great, so let's repeat all together. Can I have? Est-ce que je peux avoir? May I have? Puis-je avoir? Pourrais-je avoir? Feel free to repeat after me to practice. To say, do you have, formal or you all? Est-ce que vous avez? Avez-vous? How to say, do you have, informal or casual? Est-ce que tu as? As-tu? How to say, I would like? Je voudrais. How to say, I'm looking for? Je cherche. All right, so now let's practice. I'm going to say some sentences. I put the answer on the website, but if you feel free to practice. Of course, you might not know like to say some salt or tickets or a pen. It's okay, but at the beginning at least, remember how to start the sentence because it's very different to go from do you have to est-ce que vous avez. All right, are you ready to practice in French? Okay, first sentence, first question, I should say. Do you have some salt? Formal. Do you have some salt? Formal. Great. I'm looking for a green sweater. I'm looking for a green sweater. May I have more sauce? May I have more sauce? Can I have 2 tickets? Can I have 2 tickets? I would like 2 croissants. I would like 2 croissants. And then the last one, we're going to be casual and informal. Do you have a pen? Do you have a pen? All right, I've put the answer on the website, but of course you can feel free to practice by yourself. Voilà, c'est la fin de cet épisode. Now you know how to ask for something in French and always add s'il vous plaît, please at the end. And since you made it to the end, check out the workshop. I have 2 workshops coming up in May 14th and May 15th. One workshop will be dedicated to how to learn to order food at a restaurant. The 2 others are dedicated to travel in France, how to take the different transportations, car, driving, train. And the second workshop, it's about all the essential sentences that you should know and we will practice together on pronunciation and understanding. Give yourself a big applause. I hope you enjoy the webcast. If something, was wrong about the pace, the sound, or anything, feel free to get back to me. I'm always looking forward to improve the podcast into episodes and to bring you new insights, new tips, and of course, how to learn French. If nobody has told you today, a little secret, I know you're just someone awesome. Merci. À bientôt. Au revoir.